Two truths will set you free. Good day to you, our dear ones, our representatives on planet Earth today. We are very pleased to connect with you. You are blessed beings indeed. You are great ones. You are wonderful, multidimensional beings who have sent a small part of your heavenly divine essence, a fragment of God consciousness, to be in the low vibrating duality of the physical planet Earth experience. You did this to expand your knowledge, your understanding of love and light. In heavenly bliss, a spirit with no physical form you could not sense other than love. You were one with the divine, one with all that is, one with your brethren. Yet all that is desired to expand itself. You, a drop of water in the ocean of God consciousness, volunteered to be a part of that expansion. By taking physical form, with no memory of who and what you really are, you knew you would feel emotions, both positive and negative, that would give you the knowledge of what you prefer and what you don't prefer, that would help you refine your talents, preferences, and abilities, that would help you individuate your personality, that would form you into a God, moving to be like unto the great all that is. And so here you are on planet Earth today, in the midst of the Great Awakening. Planet Earth is a wonderful schoolroom, designed to educate great souls in human bodies. This education was to consist of entrainment, indoctrination into the false values and negative ideas of the particular society and family that you were born into. Dysfunctional thoughts, ideas, and behaviors were taught to you by your parents and teachers, your religions, and your government. With no memory of the great being that you really are, you were to overcome this negativity and dysfunction. As a human being, in the early part of your life, you did not know you were divine. You did not know that your soul, the divine essence of you, was ensconced within your heart, waiting to reveal itself as you turned from your dark entrainment to the realization of your divinity. And with time, after experiencing much pain, chaos, and discombobulation from dealing dysfunctionally with those around you, in the workplace, with your family and friends, you did realize that you were divine. Having sorted and sifted through positive and negative events and positive and negative feelings, you did access the divinity within. You realize that always you preferred love. In this earthly experience, in your body temple, you have both your ego and your soul to guide you through this life. Your ego is selfish. Your ego is out to enjoy earthly pleasures, to indulge bodily impulses, whatever the cost. Your ego follows faithfully the guidelines given to it by the social group you were born into. According to the negative words and phrases of your parents and caretakers, your ego feels a lack of self-esteem. Yet at the same time, it wants to be better than all those around, superior to its brethren. It wants power over you and power over others. It is basically out to destroy you. And this idea, this negative philosophy of life, is what your soul is on earth to overcome. The ego's voice is loud and raucous. It is easy to hear, and it is addictive. It longs for physical pleasures and psychological superiority. It loves to hear and repeat negative messages about yourself and about others over and over again. It loves the groove of negative thinking it has been taught. It loves those familiar and dark, heavy thoughts that have been indoctrinated into you. So how to overcome this pit of negativity that is the early planet Earth, psychological and physical entrainment? How to move beyond the ego's thought system and realize one's divinity? To move above the ego's fear ideas of life It is necessary to quiet the mind. Underneath all the forced thinking and all the dark ideas of the ego is the quiet, gentle voice of the soul. The mind must be quieted. A new voice must replace the old. Love, kindness, caring, compassion must enter, and peace dwell in the heart of the body temple. The realization that planet Earth is a schoolroom, that nothing wrong ever happened, must be reached. Meditation, positive and loving affirmations, mantras and journaling do the magic of alchemizing the individual from fear to love. This is the first truth that must be realized to set the human being free from her negative entrainment, from his journey into the ego's dark world. The first truth, then, is the realization of human divinity. The first truth is that we are divine souls, ensconced in human bodies, to learn greater love, to radiate light. Then comes the second great truth that is needed for enlightenment. That is to see how we are entrained, to see what control mechanisms have been used to indoctrinate us. Until we see the nature of our indoctrination, we cannot free ourselves. Until we see what words and phrases, what negative expressions, what false thoughts and ideas have been used to control us, we are not free. Until we see what dark words and phrases we ourselves use against ourselves and our brethren, we are not free. Nothing can be changed until it is revealed and seen. There is, on this earth, a set of individuals, not human, although they appear to be so. They have reptilian blood. Their bloodline is sacrosanct to them. They have intermarried from generation to generation and reincarnated into the same families over and over again. They have no heart. They play with human beings in the most cruel and sadistic ways, as cats play with mice. They see how mankind, kind humanity, the empaths that humans inherently are, can be manipulated and maneuvered into negative, dark and depressing thoughts and behavior. They know what words, what customs, what divisive techniques to use to control the human mind and behavior. They are the tool divinity uses to train souls to greater love. Human beings think that the way things are in their society is the way things need to be. Not so. The way things are in the third-dimensional, low, planet Earth entrainment is the way that the dark ones, the controllers, have designed them to be. And until this is seen, humanity cannot free itself, cannot rise above human misery, degradation, and obsequious conformist behavior. If you are still addicted to the negative news media, if you love to gossip, if you are jealous or angry or anxious, know that you are still controlled by the dark side. You may well know the first truth, that you are a spiritual being, yet you do not know the second great truth, that you are living an illusion. You are in a deception perception designed by the controllers. That deception is that you think you are a poor example of a living being who cannot think for himself, who must listen to the voice of his government, who must give away his power to his doctors, teachers, and betters, for he is not capable of looking after himself. These days the teaching, do your research, is common amongst the spiritual community. What is meant by that is that the truth of the dark control of planet Earth is now easily available. Never believe anything anybody says unless you have more than their words to go by. Question everything. Assume that all that has been taught is false. You have been taught to hate and disrespect certain types of people. You have been taught a poverty mindset. You have been constricted by cruel rules and regulations. You have been physically and psychologically abused, and you have been lied to about your history, about your true divine inheritance. Indeed, do not listen to conventional wisdom, for it is not wise or true. Ignore the news media, for they follow the agenda of the dark controllers. They inform you with lies. Do your research. Use the computer, for this is the time of miracles. This is the time of the Great Awakening, and all you need to know to find the truth is available to you now online. So 2 truths are necessary for enlightenment. First, the knowledge that you are a divine being, having a physical experience. And secondly, that this physical experience uses your ego and its thoughts and words to entrain you into negativity. And the controllers put in place the algorithms, the rules and regulations that imprison you in a negative mindset. Stepping outside the box of your indoctrination, you see what dark words and thoughts circle constantly in your head. Becoming aware of your thinking, seeing how you have been deceived into negativity, you can change your thoughts. You yourself can decide to think beautiful thoughts, to say kind words to your brethren, to radiate love. And so 2 truths set you free and truly alchemize the fair planet Earth experience to love. And when your soul is freed from ego control, when you have forgiven all and are grateful for your worldly learning, you return to paradise, to nirvana, to being the heavenly loving soul that you really are. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.